frustration. And we really talk to our players about knowing there's a fine line as you walk the element of controlled rage. You have to know when the switch needs to come off and what the penalties are and what it can do to our football team.
Kalen said
whether it's the skill that an offense has in 11 personnel or the skill that you want to be able to have on your defense. You want to be able to have your most assertive, your fastest guys, your best skilled players on the field at one time. And in most scenarios of football, it's going to be trying to have 5 defensive back type bodies out there. Probably the one thing I think that we have in our scenario is we have a couple of linebackers who can run like defensive backs. So that's what helps, and that's one of the things that we're doing from an initiative from a recruiting standpoint. We have to make sure we get long, fast, and athletic linebackers. In an elite quarterback, he has it all. He can make all the throws. He can keep all of the plays alive. With his feet, his eyes are always going down the football field. He has some elite skill to where if people don't know, he's a lot better athlete than you think if people don't understand that, because he can outrun everyone up front. In most teams' front seven, very rarely have you seen him get caught by anybody. So he's able to extend plays, do all the things that you want a leader to do. You can see him adjusting and making the checks and things like that you want within their system. So when you talk about having someone who is a veteran Heisman candidate-ish quarterback, I mean, that's exactly what you want in your program. That they do very well. They're able to get the ball in the hands of the skilled athletes in open space where they can make a guy miss, to where all of a sudden a 5-yard pass can turn into a 50-yard pass. Or the running back in the running game has a blocker in front of them as good and as skilled as the running back core is, well, all of a sudden a potential 4-yard gain can turn to a 50-yard gain. Or being able to run some options, or being able to run some ins and outs, just with respect to some of the route combinations. They do a really good job of being able to stress you at all points in time, just with respect to the routes that they run in the pass game. Probably the thing that we've seen the best is they do a really good job of adjusting during the game. Sometimes in the series, where they'll run a play, you play it very well, and they'll come back to it 4 or 5 plays later, and they've made their adjustment to it already.
got stronger as the week went, and certainly I felt like even at halftime, I did feel like he, just kept getting better, and even at the beginning of the game he was still fighting, and he just did a great job. He knew he was sick, and he had to battle through it during the week, and especially early in the week he was certainly weak, but he knew he had to be out there to get the reps and get the knowledge of what we were running and the coverage schemes and things like that. So I thought he battled his butt off and did a great job just putting himself in a position to play a good game. Getting 50-some points instead of 42 and leaving it, a close football game when it shouldn't have been. So that part is frustrating. And the thing I told the guys last week was, we had, I think it was a Thursday practice at Oregon week. We were 46 of 47 throwing the ball on Thursday practice. The ball touched the turf at one time all day. And that's not what it was on Thursday practice. So we gotta focus up and do a great job. And I know, Rome and JP, they made plenty of plays for us. So, as far as dropping the ball, I don't think that's, something to catch the norm on, but I'm more concerned with how we protect the football. Rome had fumbled the football out of bounds multiple games in a row. And, there's just too much of that right now, and we got to get it cleaned up. And it's got to be unit reinforcement, not just the guys with whistles. And guys got to realize last year we led the country in fumbles lost. We only had lost 2 all year. And so right now it's just not good enough. It's not the standard. And we got to make it more important.
Looking forward to this week. I think always getting better is the message, and that's what it's been all year long. And certainly need that now as we head into the home stretch here of the season. So it's crazy how fast you go from bye week to mid-season, and all of a sudden now there's only 4 left, but four big ones, and looking forward to a great challenge this weekend. Can make all the throws, and like Coach Inge said, eyes are downfield, and buys time. Will not be afraid to make any throw on the run, deep down the field. So we got to do a really good good job of just staying on the receivers and any skill player, especially when he's escaped the pocket, and that will definitely happen. And you gotta make the play and get him down and line up and go play again. That's what your mindset has to be, is that he's gonna make some plays. There's just not a game. I mean, you're not the reigning Heisman quarterback without that ability, and playmaking that he has is exceptional.
Can you